Hey fellow travelers, have you always wanted to visit the beautiful Scotland? Today we're going to be talking about how to plan those first few steps, which is transportation and lodging. Thinking about how you can get around while you are there and where you may want to stay. I'm going to be sharing my recent trip with you, so come on along with me and we are going to go catch a flight. Hi, I'm Cher, and I love sharing travel with you. If you love travel like I do, then make sure you pop that subscribe button, stick around, and let's see what adventures await us. So in flying into Scotland, there are first a lot of airports to choose from, but the busiest one, of course, is Edinburgh, the most popular and the most options. You also have two in Glasgow, one in Aberdeen, and one in Inverness. The other ones are pretty small and less options, so it's pretty much Edinburgh, maybe also Glasgow. The other ones are more going to be domestic, or if you're coming from somewhere else in Europe, going specifically to those spots. A majority of travelers are probably going to make a connection in London. I have to admit, it is my least favorite airport is Heathrow, where I had serious jet lag, a lot of delays, and yeah, very busy airport. It was not a lot of fun. But once you arrive, it is so worth it. So if you're coming through Edinburgh, just keep in mind that the airport is not located in the central city. It is almost 30 minutes outside of town from the historic area, so you will need to catch some kind of transportation into the city if that's where you're going to visit. I love the view though. I caught a cab and this is our route heading towards the town center. There are pretty much all options from the airport. You can take a cab, an Uber, you can take train, you can take bus, you can rent a car. So whatever route you want to do, really check the destinations of where you are going, and that will help you decide on which mode of transportation you want to take. You have the Waverley train station, and this brings you right downtown to Prince Street, and these are your views as you get off. It's also the major hub where the buses stop at as well. So you have the heart of the city, which is all historical, but this is around the Royal Mile, where you have the castle at one end and the Holyrood Palace at the other. And keep in mind, if you're planning to walk everywhere, that you may be doing a lot of it in the rain, because it does rain in the UK very often. So lodging in Edinburgh, I was looking for a budget-friendly option for the first night because I was there by myself that night, and I discovered one near the new town, which was a little cheaper. Here is my hotel. I hope I don't have sirens all night. And you'll find anywhere in Edinburgh is going to have a lot of steps and not a whole lot of elevators. I'm not sure how they handle disabilities in this city, but lots of steps, beware. Hey guys, we're here. First night in Edinburgh. I have the cutest little hotel. This is called The Place, and it's kind of almost in like Newtown. Tiny little room, but it's such a cute little room, and it feels so, historic, and like I'm renting this like old historic dorm room or something. It's a little noisy though. You can see everything's happening. It's like downtown where it's happening. So we've got sirens. I'm going to definitely be using my noisemaker tonight. Drown it out. I'm also noticing no air conditioning. It is so stuffy in here, and I'm a Florida girl. And that's the thing, is I don't think they do a lot of air conditioning in the UK, but it's not really cold yet. It's kind of cool outside, but not cold at all to me. So we need a little air conditioning, so I had to figure out how to set up this fan. So let me give you a tour of this little room. Is this not the cutest? It's like a tiny room. It's like a little. This is the smallest hotel room I think I've ever been in. Is that not cute? I need that fan. And it has a very cute little bathroom. But I mean, this is like the tiniest little thing. And then, sorry, I got my junk all over the place here. I had to get these little jam sandwich cookies. So Scottish, love it. But anyway, yeah, so my cute little room, and here is my view outside, right downtown. So other lodging options near Edinburgh that are not quite in the town center is on the outskirts of town near Queen's Ferry, a little closer to the airport. Here is coming in towards the bridge. Okay, all checked into my next hotel. This one is much bigger and so nice and fancy. Very swanky place. Really recommend it. This is more in the Queens Ferry area. It's kind of closer to the airport, like 15-minute drive, but not in the town center. And it is such a nice stay. Check this out. And it has air conditioning. So yeah, I'm gonna go hop in the shower and settle in for the night. And this one's called the Dakota Edinburgh. Definitely recommend it. Or you can find options on the outside skirts of Edinburgh that are a little closer to town, but still kind of on the outsides that are a little cheaper. So we stayed at one on the last night in Edinburgh called the Torfin. Okay, we have arrived at our hotel, our very last hotel stay. This is called the Torfin. It's interesting. It's kind of up above a restaurant on the outskirts of Edinburgh. Oh, cute idea. I like this. So yeah, we are checking in. Cute little room. So yes, one thing about being in hotels in Scotland is you don't have coffee in your room, you have tea in your room. I mean, it's super cute. I do like this idea. It's just I miss my coffee. So venturing outside of major cities, you may want to consider renting a car because there's just some areas that are untouched by public transportation that are so beautiful you will want to explore. However, you need to consider that they do drive on the left side of the road, which is very different from us in America. It can be something to get used to. It's a little easier sometimes out in these more remote places. But as you enter a city or a little village, it can be a little challenging with lots of intersections and turns and something that you may want to practice out on the remote areas first. As you're making your way up into the Highlands, a good middle place to stop is in the Crenleric area. And we stayed at the Tendrum Lodges, and here is check-in. Now we are in for the night at this lodge. Here is my room. Each girl got their own room. These are like little separate houses, but beautiful view up there with the mountains back behind there. And we're gonna figure out if we need to run to the store or not and settle in for the night. So these lodges are just a really nice little place, especially for hikers. You get a lot of hikers in the area close to the beautiful Glencoe, and it just depends on each stay as to whether you get breakfast included or whether you have to pay for it separately. But next we were heading towards the Fort William area, and this is another area that's big with hikers. There are different train routes throughout Scotland. One can take you straight through to Fort William. A lot of lines go between the major cities, but you're not going to hit the Highlands as much. Some of these spots on the western side that we went to. And here is a place we stayed. This is a bed and breakfast around Loch Shiel, close towards our way to the Fort Williams area. So a bed and breakfast is another nice little option that you can have for lodging in addition to hotels, Airbnbs, condos, and whatever you are looking for. Okay, we are in for the night at our hotel, our bed and breakfast tonight. This is a cute little place. I think it's Loch Shiel, something like that. Little bed and breakfast. Once again, it's a room. Like, we all get our own rooms, you know, but oh my God, this room does not have air conditioning. And I mean, it's cool outside, but I cannot take, this is the one thing I don't like about the UK is I'm a Florida girl and like I'm used to air conditioning. Just not having air circulation is really hard. I've got this window open, but it only lets you like tilt it at the top, so I can't get it like all the way open to let cool air in. Plus it's raining outside, so I don't want to let rain in. Oh, I'm about to roast, guys. So I hope we make it through this night. But anyway, it was a wonderful day. Amazing end to our day. We had some deer jump in front of us on the road up here. I was very car sick. I was glad to get here, but now that it's so hot, I'm like, oh my God. So in the Fort William area, as I was mentioning, lots of hikers come through here. This is a major train station that we stopped at to ride the Harry Potter train, but it serves for other train lines as well. You also have buses that come through. So So just so you know, at this one they have it, you have to pay to pee. You got to pay 20 pence. Is that what it's called? 20 pence? Mm-hmm. Which is like 20 cents in our, or well, the equivalent of whatever that is. Close. So yeah, so my first pay to pee experience. I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have money, I guess. Yeah. So you do have buses and train lines that serve as public transportation between the major cities, as I mentioned. But if you want to catch some remote spots, especially on the far west edge of the Highlands, you'll want to probably rent a car. Those are not going to go through those areas. Here are some shots that I have from when we did the Harry Potter chain, also known as the Jacobite steam train. But this same line runs for other routes as well. And so I'm just going to give you a little tour of what it's like inside on the train with a little tea. This is in first class, and some of the views that you might be seeing along the way. We're going. Okay. Chugga chugga choo choo. So this particular train line runs you up to the cute little fishing village of Malig. And I mention this little village because it is a stop for ferries as well. So if you're wanting to take a ferry out to an island such as Skye, you want to come to Malig to catch the ferry. And you'll find this for some of the other islands, the Shetland Islands, just some of the beautiful places that you might want to visit. You're going to need to take a ferry ride. Now the Skye, you can also drive over the bridge, but it is longer. We're going to be catching the ferry though out of Malig over to Skye. All right, we are driving onto the ferry. This is a first. Never been on a car on a ferry before.
It's talking to me.
Yeah. Seating area riding the ferry, and then you just head back to your car when it's time to drive off. So pretty cool. Having a mocha. We didn't get our coffee this morning, but they have a little snack area where you can just get refreshments and snacks. So finally having my morning coffee. Gosh, I can't believe that bus fit on here.
All right, welcome to Skye.
We're in Skye. Welcome to South Skye. So I think that Isle of Skye is just one of those islands that you cannot miss. If you're coming to Scotland, you really got to fit it in because the views here are just unbelievable, and a visit to the ferry pools is a must. So we stayed in the Portree area, which is really probably your best bet if you're on the Isle of Skye, another cute little village, and we stayed at a little Airbnb here. So we're coming up through the city, and then we went on to where it just felt like a normal neighborhood. And I love to see this because you kind of get to experience what they actually live like when you're going to an Airbnb. We made it to our little Airbnb in Portree. It's really cool to see what a typical little Scottish house would look like living here, because this is somebody's house, you know, that you rent from. So just giving you a little tour. Here is one bedroom. Two of us girls are sleeping in this one. Just had a shower. It was a very interesting system. Bathroom. Really cool little shower there. Another bedroom here. And downstairs we go. Here's out this little peephole. See out into the neighborhood there. We're in this little stone cottage. And look at that little view out the back. Down these stairs. Oh, how lovely. Came in the front door here. This cute little living room. I hadn't even noticed it. I was so tired that I didn't even see this before. Love the fireplace and a little dining area. And kitchen is in here. So cute. Check out the views out this window. Oh my gosh. And here is the cute little house from the outside. A row of townhouses. You park on the street here. Loving it. And then back again to the mainland, we are heading through Inverness. This is another major city that's more up in the north, kind of like considered the capital of the Highlands. And you have the famous Loch Ness near here. It's actually along River Ness. So we had done the boat ride tour on this day, and then we're staying in Inverness for the night. You can, of course, take a train up here, but since we have a rental car, we're just driving through the town and in search of another Airbnb that we rented. Lots to do here, shopping and places to eat, and you have the beautiful waterfront. It's just another beautiful little historic city, and a lot of buses and public transportation here as well to get around. So plenty to do in yet another major city in Scotland. But we moved on in search of our Airbnb here, kind of on the waterfront. Look at this little bathroom. It's adorable. Then it was back to the Edinburgh airport to fly back home. Okay, I'm here very early, because my friend had to fly out. So I'm just chilling at the airport all morning with my breakfast. Enjoying a little time reading, video editing. Can't believe it's over. Super sad, but I am very happy to see my family. I'm sleeping in my own bed. So that's a wrap, guys. I'm going to end it here. I hope you enjoyed that. If you're taking a similar route in Scotland, I hope that gives you some ideas for places to stay and how to get around. Until next time.